Michelle Beadle here, and welcome to my new segment, Michelle Beadle's Most Misunderstood Sports Stories. This is where we get to retell the stories so we can remember how they actually happened. And I start with my favorite Michael Jordan story. Now, when I want to remember his athleticism, I think of the dunk. When I think about his grit, how about the flu game? But when I want to think about his competitiveness, I like to hear Michael Jordan tell the Steve Curr story. The year, 1995. MJ is in his second stint with the Chicago Bulls. He is not in a very good mood. And that is where the fun begins.
This is coming back after the disappointing playoff game. Everybody was saying it was Scottie Pippen's team. But I was trying to work my way back up to where in '93 it was Michael Jordan's team. And this one day, I don't know, I was just in a very feisty mood. And Phil put Steve Curr opposite of me. But he was giving Steve all the calls. And I'm getting like really ticked off. One thing led to another. Next thing you know, I fouled him real hard. He fouls me real hard. And then before I knew it, I hauled off and just whacked it right in the eye. All the anger, all the comments of people saying that my skills had eroded and I wasn't the same Michael Jordan. And I was letting everything go. Then Phil threw me out of practice, and I'm sitting in the shower, and I'm saying, I got to be the dumbest jackass you ever seen.
Come on, MJ, you're no jackass. You're Michael Jeffrey Jordan. He's Steve Curr. And if you're feeling frustrated, it's totally acceptable that you punch Steve Curr in the face. Well played, sir. Now, did you go back out and punch him again?
I leave the practice. Don't talk to any press. Don't say anything to Phil. Don't say anything to Steve. And I get home, and I'm just like really hurt. And I call back to the Bulls practice facility, and they gave me Steve's phone number, and I got his answer machine. And I said, Steve, I am so sorry. My anger got the best of me. I really am trying to get myself back to where I once was, and it was just something that shouldn't have never happened, and I truly apologize for it. The next day in practice, I'm looking at Steve. Steve got the biggest black eye. And when I saw him, I went right up to him. I said, you know what? I'm totally sorry. I just lost my temper. He said it was partly my fault, too. I knew not to push you. We two grown men and teammates stood there for almost 20 minutes apologizing to each other. From that point on, I've always respected him. He didn't give up. He fought back. You know, he may have gotten the worst end of it, but I respected him 100%.
I love MJ. And the lesson is, when you're making a comeback and you're feeling frustrated, it's perfectly acceptable to punch a teammate in the face, as long as you tell him afterward you respect him. My kind of guy.